Josh Duggar has gotten away with quite a few heinous acts of depravity over the course of his 33 years. But now, it looks as though the eldest son of Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar might finally be held accountable for his actions, as his misdeeds are set to be re-examined in two very different court cases. First, there's Josh's CP trial, and the stakes couldn't be much higher. If he's convicted, Josh faces 20 years behind bars. If he's acquitted, he'll return to the home he shares with his wife and 7 children, and continue to live a coddled life surrounded by people who have a long history of turning a blind eye to his actions. But no matter what happens, a different set of allegations against Josh will be considered by a different judge less than 2 weeks after the CP trial begins. In 2015, the world learned that Josh had molested 5 young girls, 4 of whom were his sisters, while he was still in his teens. The crimes came to light as a result of a Freedom of Information Act request that was filed by In Touch. The tabloid obtained police records indicating that while negotiating a deal that would allow Josh to escape prosecution, Jim Bob admitted his son had groped the girls. The 4 Duggar girls who were victimized by Josh, Jill, Jessa, Duggar, and Joanna have filed a lawsuit not against the brother who committed the crimes or the father who helped conceal them, but the police and sheriff departments that released Josh's criminal records. The suit was filed back in 2017, and after years of legal wrangling that served to considerably shorten the list of defendants, a trial date has finally been set. Opening arguments in the Duggar sisters' civil suit against the city of Springdale, Arkansas, will begin on December 9th. And with Josh's criminal trial beginning on November 30th, this is set to be quite a hectic holiday season for the Duggar clan. We're guessing that Jim Bob is beginning to wish he'd picked a different year to run for a seat in the Arkansas State Senate. And it looks as though the re-examination of Josh's first sex scandal will not be limited to his sister's civil case. Earlier this month, the prosecution in the CP case requested permission to use Josh's earlier sex crimes against him in court. Specifically, the government notices its intent to introduce evidence that in approximately 2002 and 2003 the defendant attempted to and did commit a crime as defined by Arkansas state law involving contact between any part of the defendant's body and a child's genitals, or anus, namely, sexual assault in the second degree, reads the DA's filing. Josh's defense is desperate to keep the facts of that situation as far from the jury as possible. And so, they've filed documents of their own, in which they argue that the evidence is flimsy, and that there's no solid proof that Josh committed the crimes he was accused of by his own family. Yes, the defense is really claiming that Josh might not have molested his sisters, despite the fact that 5 young girls and Josh's own father are all on record as confirming that the crimes took place. This is a level of evil that's difficult to fathom, but since Josh has been getting away with this sort of thing for his entire life, it's not hard to see how he might be capable of such audacity. We can only hope that his luck has run out, and that justice will finally be served.